Hello and welcome to the Hypertrophy Odyssey, chapter 233. It is the second day of the week, aka the special beam cannon workout. I am feeling pretty good, very happy and excited to do this workout. But anyways, to the main subject matter for today. So the reason why this became the same main subject matter instead of what I said yesterday, what I said the last episode, which was going to be judging a book by its cover is probably right, which we'll get to eventually. We're gonna put that one on the back burner because something happened today, in which case I got a suggested post on Instagram, which made me laugh because it is such a thing, and it didn't make me laugh in the like ha 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 sense. It made me laugh in the oh my god, why, type of sense. So it was a meme. I'll probably put it up right here, but it's a meme of one of those like, yeah, I can ask this girl out, and if she says no, if she says yes, then I have a girlfriend. If she says no, then I have motivation for the gym. And that got the brain rolling a lot because this, and along with another meme that I've seen that's a current trend, which I will talk about tomorrow, this is going to be a two-parter. So, because this is more of the broader spectrum about memes and things like that, and just general stupidity. But this one got me really, I wouldn't say flustered, but more so just angry at the idea that people still do this type of stuff, which is the entire idea that the meme is trying to represent, and that is that if you get rejected and or do a breakup, this is fuel for the gym. That's not good, to put it simply. I will get into more details when we go downstairs, but I think personally, to not get too deep into that, besides the joke being so cliche at this point and so old that it's boring and that there's nothing else that is creative with certain people and certain meme makers on Instagram, particularly, as they like to recycle a lot of the stuff and or take from smaller creators and just make it as their own. But it's a whole other discussion for a whole other day, really. We'll get to content recycling eventually. But my personal issue with this meme, before I get into too much detail, is that if you are going to the gym as some weird sort of revenge for an ex, you're done. You're cooked. You're gonna give up. You're gonna stop going to the gym. You're gonna stagnate, and you're not gonna get anywhere. Why? Because you've made your passion to go over a woman. That's one. And two, not only just a woman, but a woman for your past, that doesn't matter, and also a person that isn't you. That is the main kicker of it. And we'll get into details of why each of those are terrible in their own right, okay? But mostly, it's the third one. It's just so shocking to me that people will still use it as motivation. I mean, if you're like 15, I kind of get it, but also you should be understanding a little bit more about the world and reality of things if you are letting that fuel you to go. I understand that might be the initial motivator in order to go, but some people will hang on to this like weird, I have to get revenge on this woman who scorned me type of deal. And not only is that reek of sadness, but also it reeks of somebody who can't let go of the past and or are stuck in a weird rut. But we'll get into all the details and all of that other stuff. And to put it bluntly, if you want me to say it in a fucking very, very straight, narrow way, if you're going to the gym because of an ex, you're a fucking loser, all right? Get that loser mentality out of here. Do it for something else. And we'll talk about what that something else is when we get downstairs. So started this day off with squats, which were pretty nice. But anyways, back to the main subject matter at hand here. Breakup being the fuel for the gym. Now, the reason why I find this very stupid is because, to get to the main point, the basis of why you go to the gym should be something greater than the revenge for a scorned love. That is quite literally one of the lowest things that you could start the base off of for going to the gym. I understand that it might get you into the front door, of course, but it is something that makes little to no sense for most people to cling on and do, because it will only be there for so long. And after a while, the fact of you clinging on to it for so long is going to damage you more than actually help you. Why? Because realistically, these things you should get over after a certain point or another. But hopefully by then you will have fallen in love with the gym and or bettering your own body, thus creating a better cycle through that and making that your baseline as to why you go to the gym rather than the scorn of a lover. The issue with this is that some people don't do this and instead go in a weird vicious cycle where they'll get out of the gym because one, their disdain for this person has kind of evaporated because as most strong feelings do, they went away. Or two, they got into another relationship, in which case they are almost anticipatorily waiting for either it to work out or not work out. So it is a bad place in order to start the relationship with the gym in the first place. If the base sucks, the rest of the house is going to crumble. And I think that's the main thing that I want to get through in this video, is that yes, I understand that it's funny and it's supposed to be humorous, of course, but these are the types of memes that affect the subconscious, as well as reinforce stereotypes that are, frankly, stupid for most people to do. If we want to get rid or get betterment of our culture, the gym culture, then we have to get rid of these types of things and these types of stereotypes and call these people out, because realistically they are creating stereotypes within our own sphere that are making things worse and worse as time progresses, because then people will fall into the same traps over and over and over again. You don't have to look very far for these types of trends to go into different sections of the fitness industry. But it's not even just that. Realistically, if you're doing something like fitness for the benefit of somebody else, realistically, there's only maybe one type of person that you could do that for, and that would be, I would say, a child or children. That would make the most sense. If you are getting better for the betterment of them, understandable. I will not harp on you for that. But if you are going to get better to try to impress someone, try to impress a parental person or someone else that isn't you, you are building the base of the reason as to why you're going to the gym based on somebody else's logic and judgment, who realistically probably don't necessarily care all too much. It all really depends on who they are in your life. Sure, they might want to see you doing better, but if you don't want to see you doing better, then what the hell is the point? The point is it has to come from a baseline level of you. You need to see what you want to do and make sure that that is to aim upward and try to do the best that you can to your ability at the gym and not fuck around. It's something that I feel like a lot of people don't do, and thus they get into a weird vicious cycle. So you have to be very, very careful as well. I dislike this as well because it weirdly shows a falling into a rut or a vicious cycle, or the ability to not let things go. I've made a video about letting things go and how important it is to people do that, because realistically, that is one of the biggest issues in modern society, is the fact that we try to hold on to so many things when in reality, you just learn what you need to learn from it and let it go. This is one of those things that if you don't let it go, it'll just come back to bite you in the ass and make sure that you go down with the ship every time that this feeling comes back, and or you repeat the weird same cycle because you're just anticipatorily waiting for it to become fuel for the next training session or winter arc bullshit that's not going to really work out, because there shouldn't have to be a winter arc if you just keep going nonstop and make sure that you are the reason why you go to the gym.
Hey, we're back. Welcome to the workout debriefing. Exercise is not filmed. None exercise is skipped. We have one, actually. It is the neck side bends. Unfortunately, my neck harness is fucked. That's another story for another day. But anyways, back to the main subject matter for today. The main reason why I dislike this meme and the meme that we'll talk about tomorrow, and then probably this will actually probably be a three-parter, because the entire group of this will be all included into one giant type of meme, or thing, I should say, subject matter. But this one I want to say is the best way to introduce the subject matter, because it also has to do with something else, and that is that these types of memes are infectious and not in a good way. They are funny in a way, but they are also terrible in a way because they put that idea into your mind, into the stream of consciousness. Now, I'm not going to say people haven't had this idea before. I'm not going to say that this isn't a regular basis thing, but it shouldn't be. And we shouldn't put light on it or make fun of it because, one, people who do this can go down a deep, dark spiral into other things that aren't the gym because of former lovers. That's one. But two, also, the people who are dedicating their lives to the gym just to get in spite of someone else is missing the entire point of the gym, which is the self-betterment. If you are doing it in order to get the better of someone else, then you are defeating the entire purpose of it. It boggles the mind where people will use other people as their motivation to do something. Now, I get it if you are using them as inspiration, that makes sense as a launching point, but some people let that be their only point, and that's a big issue. If you do not change it to make it so it's self-induced, you are screwing yourself in many different facets, because then if that feeling fades, so will your passion for the gym. You have to hope and pray that something else has taken it up. But because you've externalized it into something that is not you, you lessen the chance of it sticking around. Now, that's not just for the ex-girlfriend or scorn lover thing. That's just the example that I see all the time on here. The forbidden pre-workout, the joke like that. There's a bunch of other jokes, but that one is the one that always gets me because I'm like, all right, so you're just going to be an asshole who is going to the gym to get revenge on a girl? What the fuck is wrong with you? Just move on. The other issue that I have with the meme is that it perpetuates a loser mentality that you either have to have revenge or you have to have heartbreak fueling you or you're going to war at something. No, you don't need anything like that at all. Realistically, hopefully, going to the gym will make you realize that the gym is a betterment for yourself, and you can let the people that have hurt you or whatever, let them go of your life, because then you can move on and move past it, But for some reason, they want to use that as fuel in order to get into a forever cycle of the next girl that's going to break my heart or the next girl that's going to ruin me, which is a preview for tomorrow's meme. That's a whole other subject for a whole other day. And I'm not a person who's oh, we have to respect women and do all this other stuff. No, I'm more along the lines of, listen, brother, if you don't have a good baseline as to why you're doing something, you're going to fuck up the rest of it. If a house is on a shit foundation, it's going to crumble. It's just as simple as that. And that's why. That is why you should always think about the reasons as to why you start something, why you continue to do something, and what is going to keep you doing that further beyond. If you want the simplest one, if you're hey, I'm a guy who went to the gym in order to get revenge on a girl or because she broke my heart, but I shouldn't make that my base. What should I make my base for the reason to go to the gym? Simple. Your body is your temple. That's it. That's literally all you need in your life. And if you're thinking, well, that doesn't mean much to me. Your body is your temple. If your house looks like shit, you're going to feel like shit. If your body is looking like shit, you're going to feel like shit. If your body is looking great, you're going to feel a lot better. Everything stems from one thing to another. So that's why that should be the baseline level of why you'd want to do whatever you want to do in the gym, right? Your body is your temple. You want to make it the best that you can. And that's a baseline one. You don't have to have necessarily even that. That is just hey, do that if you need a reason. But at least then, understanding that, if you continue in understanding that more and more as time progresses, you'll realize that you'll need less and less exterior motivators and more internal motivators, such as, hey, this muscle's lagging a little, this area is a little weak, blah, 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 blah. But it's coming from an inside place where you can look outward from a better vision than looking outward with a tinge of hate in your eyes. because that'll only get you so far. How many stories do we have about revenge not getting anywhere? For the love of God, it's all about literally do not take revenge, it bad. But nobody wants to listen to that because it's some girl broke their heart. Fuck out of here. But anyways, with that being said, tell me what you think in the comments below. I'd love to know your thoughts and opinions about this one. This one is a ranty one because this one really frustrates me personally. But this is part 1 of 3. We will get to part 2, which will be tomorrow because that's another meme. But this one is a little bit broader. It's not necessarily context in the gym only. And then we'll finally get into the last one, which will probably tie these 3 all together. Eventually, I'll talk about memes as a whole. But I want to talk about one particular style of meme. But we'll talk about that next time. But thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Please share this video with anybody who may or may not like it. I will be back on tomorrow with a new video. Thank you again for watching. Stay safe out there. Stay warm out there. Keep it heavy. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.